in pretty soon. All right, let's just jump into it.
Okay, Icebox here. I feel like on Icebox, we're going to see pretty standard stuff, right? You're usually going to see a Viper on both sides. As I say standard, I'm going to see someone hovering the Killjoy, and I'm just waiting for that lock in now because very rarely do you see Killjoys played on this map.
Right, because it's not hard to be able to take out the lockdown on Icebox, right? Of course, there are a couple of close corners, but I find Killjoy on this map is pretty decent and was a lot more prominent, of course, before Chamber
Hmm.
came into the meta. But we'll see how it stands between the two. I would like to see it just to get some differentiation,
Yeah.
because just to, I'm, I gotta say at a certain point, it's like it's not fun hearing like after every 6 rounds you are so dead. Like, I get it, we're gonna see the up, it's fine. Aside from that, though, of course expecting Sova and Viper on both sides.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes down to that chamber, he's just such an oppressive agent that has that get out of jail free card.
Select your agent.
However, the bit of worry that I do have over for Middletown is the fact that, yes, Killjoy, still like a decent agent, doesn't shine as much as Chamber because she is less forgiving, but they're going to lack a little bit of that firepower on entries, especially starting on the attacking side first, because although Chamber is that sentinel as well, he's built for that early point of contact, right? Meanwhile, Killjoy,
Hmm.
your playstyle is going to be completely different.
Would you say that he's built different? Some might even say constructed uniquely.
Bro.
Anyways, well, luck towards the game, as that seems to be a pretty default
Oh
play right now
my.
from Middleton. The nade gets carried. All right, that's pretty good. But as I'll rotate over to A, should be a B hit.
Oh man, that fake was just sold right off the bat there for Middletown
Spike
too,
planted.
right? He's free for the plant, and you're gonna see Benji now pushed up here towards green and mid as well. It'll be a full retake game here. They will be sending one on CHHS Varsity here, their jet here towards under tube.
Mm-hmm. Because you see how Krusty's kind of rotating around he'll have to make contact with Benji once he manages to actually move in. So it'll be kind of 50-50, of course. Preek's advantage goes over to him, especially with the wall. The shorty in his hand, he's just a little bit faster, does a ton of damage. So Krusty now knows that he can't actually afford to try to go in so aggressively at all. And now from here becomes a cleanup squad for the rest of Middletown.
Oh
As Pop, another clean shot.
man, solid
Blind their
post
scouts.
plant, but I think this is it's just pistol round, right? But it does pistols still tell you a little bit about how a team plays, what their tendencies are. And it seems like based on that pistol, CHHS Varsity, they do have that tendency to be really quick on the rotation. And Paint Shield once again already getting value with that chip damage down on it. Okay, that was just a spray through the smoke. That's first blood already in the hand here to Middletown.
Yep, and they started off hot again. Really impressive stuff. Considering where they're at, they also got the plant down too. Where it'll come down to a 4v5, where it seems as though the save is pretty evident. As we look towards the rest, just sprays galore. The shorty works out this time, but it's only onto one. They have a long range advantage. A nice spray transfer. GG Bunny. 4v2. This all on the outside. Rushes one down, and it just is Krusty with no crab.
I'll give you that one. I'll give you
Thank you.
that one. That one was pretty good. That one made me laugh, like genuinely for once.
Yes. A real fake laughs here. But that's gotta deserve a chuckle. At least his two fall right past his smoke, kind of blind walking in is not the most ideal way to do this.
Oh no.
And they'll get a trade back.
Spike down
Okay.
mid.
Spike down mid in the hands almost of the defenders. Krusty is going to look for that engage first. Pinch could come through as well. The alarm bot does give that info, but the fact that Carrot's just right around the corner is not much more for the varsity team to do here. But not a bad bonus round nonetheless, taking two guns out of the hands of Middletown.
That's exactly what you want to see with your bonuses, right? Just to make sure that you keep things even. And now, On full buys across the board for both of these sides. We'll see what they can conjure up. No real ultimates to play with. But they're on the ace once again. They've had the most success here previously with the fakes, and now it looks to move in the nade just to clear out the close corners. Senpai doesn't spot them yet, but he sees them all stacked up with own. Interesting enough, they have it on top of the site, something on the outside, not looking to move in yet, as they do right now.
Okay. Look, you can already have a flank coming through. Middletown's not actually full committing to it, kind of knowing that CHHS Varsity has gone for those rotations previously. But because of that positioning from their jet, Krusty here, Middletown can feel really comfortable knowing that Varsity team here should be still hitting towards the A site.
Spike down.
And one going down to, they need to try to clear out Zed that they have to make is a double the side as wall goes up. Should we certify their plant, but Senpai breaks it before they can even do that. Now the Killjoy's still alive. I think one isn't necessarily there as Util was set up towards the end. And one more person that's carry me. But he can't carry himself.
Ooh, okay, now we're already equalized. And that was, I mean, it was an important round for Copperhill to win because they wanted to keep that lead and whatnot. Now equalized between the two, pushed onto an eco. Pump does have the stinger in hand, so magic could still happen here, Rob.
I know you say it so reluctantly, you know exactly how I feel. I'll digress. Says that. Let's go wide, but Zed gets forced off the off angle. And now the Viper's pit as well. They managed to get it. So, a nice try. Now the question will be is how they manage with the retake. For now, they all look to move in from the outside to up top. No Viper found just yet. To gain no info here either, considering where they're all set up. So they'll have to pretty much just pop into the Viper's pit blind and kind of test their luck as Krusty goes in first.
No!
Manages to find cover right into the Killjoy. And as running out of time, they have to look to devise or they might lose their lives. Just Pump laughed with a stinger, pops up. He's blind. What? He gets it to half, but it's not enough.
That's tough too, because I think Pump was expecting to be able to see the diffuser just like by hopping up on top of the box, but because it was a bit of a lower Viper's pit, just covering that ground level, head popping above, not actually having that vision, forcing them to drop down here, right? Now, CHHS Varsity, they're looking towards the B, hit really straightforward this time around.
Force stack going towards yellow. As they're currently still stuck on the outside through, they haven't looked to move in all yet. But as the nation really clear the angle, like looking at a wall to secure the plant, and as that goes up, that's not gonna break here either. And now we're looking at a retake.
Spike initiated. Looked like Benji was maybe just trying to bait a little bit of the utility first, but Pump on the reflank there, taking out the Sova for Middletown, right? So now less information available here on the retake side for the defenders.
Yeah, also the op that'll make finding those angles, especially past yellow and four, much harder if they are to find picks for that. But it won't need it. As Kara decides to get his counterpart, he'll put it out to 4v3. Man advantage still in Middletown's hands, but they have to look for a way to move in. CHHS just have to survive, and they'll do more than that.
Unfortunate that the Hunter's Fury ended up getting pulled out just at the last second there by GG Bunny. So not going to be available in this next round. Won't be there for that zoning, and as Pocats decides to try and peek towards Boiler with the op in hand, will be met by the super op. First blood into the hands of Middletown.
You call it the super op? I like that. But you know, let's see what the chamber op this time can do. Is reposition towards mid. Viper's put also down towards A, but with Spike still leading towards it, I think they've seen that there's a bit too much opposition here to try to contest, but there's no wall on their side that's actually gone up. Likely looking to set it up by B through yellow for the classic cover wall. As a Sage wall goes up like that, they get the res back. And as soon as E goes up, the rest go down. He'll take 3 for his troubles. That was a very worthwhile trade for CHHS.
Pump is able to walk through way too many places, like unchecked, completely walking past that Viper's pit on the A side. Unfortunately, Benji will be sought out by that trademark, and Muffin's right around
30
the corner.
seconds
One
left.
more bullet left
One enemy
available, but
remaining.
it doesn't matter because Krusty's there with the Blade Storm and GG Bunny all by themselves.
Indeed, with only one person left. GG should know there's at least 2 kitchen. Having to contest to get all this firepower. Won't even get to fire another shot. Now finally, Middletown in the lead once again.
I think what's interesting too is we're not seeing a lot of Killjoy utility coming out for the flank. They kind of just push as a unit here on CHHS Varsity, usually 5-manning or like doing a 4-1 split push with their pump on the lurk. And now you're going to see the Owl drone come through and completely falling off on the side of Middletown for the retake.
Considering Pokestab was actually spotted early on, so they should have been able to know exactly where he's pushing in from, and because that gets punished, and the retake game before they even allowed them to plant was looking really clean so far, but GG Bunny left alive once again. That's when Angle's able to watch Belt. And leave him against 1v2. Got one for his troubles. Really nice shot, but with a high-low setup they had, it was gonna be damn near impossible for him to do anything from there.
I really like that quick retake play that you're talking about, though, coming out from Middletown. You know, we had Sanapai, who was lurking a little bit back towards back site. I got a little bit worried because they did get lit up by that recon bolt, right? But luckily, we're able to get away scot-free, even taking a trade for themselves. And I think what's interesting is that they're just able to put a lot of pressure there for CHHS Varsity. Can even set up with a post plant where they've been strongest.
The Pokes I once again up against Cross to watching them move on previous angles that they currently held. But they will finally get punished for being a bit too overzealous, which that's unfortunate but really good for CHHS Varsity. You gotta think about that when you say it. I'll give a bit more space as we look to move in, as we'll have the Jesus wall up on A, but they still want to deciding to commit. The weapons been put down, they get shallow control of the site, and spikes should be planted. Nice.
I was just waiting for that timing, but as the tap does go through, Pump will be punished by the Hunter's Fury. Now you got Carry Me for dog picks in a 1v3 situation. Isolates one player. With the Cloud Burst, does have info that the Jet is back towards B main as well. Middletown,
You
they
also see
do have spike
Senpai.
control. Yeah,
30 seconds
this
left.
is tough.
Chill on the site, because now they're going to look to just sandwich him, and it catches him. So, Senpai, there's his domain in the school hierarchy once again. 6-3. Now for Middletown as they continue to reign with 3-round leads on defense.
Man, up again here for Pump. It's just completely owning Boiler. 2 picks right off the bat. The Sage Wall not even able to go up in time. This does allow for 2 players to creep through here from CHHS Varsity. Then you've got Carry Me for dog picks on the lurk. That alarm bot here towards mid for that info towards under tube. Press. Okay. Does he get the ace?
I don't think so with what they have yet. This is at least take 1 out, so. But could perhaps get the 4K, right? Depending on where he's at. But considering he's only almost the same angle, should make things a lot tougher. Nice, good job by Benji to cut off the flankers. Take 2 for his troubles, but up still his hand. So now with Muffins where he's at, it's making it more possible considering Benji's also gets 3 for his trouble, sees and shot a little bit too close towards the edge.
Oh!
Second connects with a wall bang. Meanwhile, the aces are totally possible. I was wrong. Considering looking for a possible fake, sees the pop on, not able to get it to half. Benji holds strong and saves the round.
Such a bold wide swing too, with knife only out for Benji, but just knowing that they had to ensure that the player defusing got off the spike in that situation, right? We're looking at 2 rounds away before halftime, and information already given here over towards Middletown. They know that Pocats is playing up there towards Belt, and here comes the lockdown here for the A side.
Nade once again, not catching anybody on backside this time, but I think with Middletown seeing the position they're in, then the re-peak works out. That's one of those ego challenges which you're not expecting, but truly a gift when it does pay off. Spike Sling gets planted off the back of the lockdown, and Hunter's Fury is also available for CHHS Varsity. They wanted to use that for sort of defusal attempts, but now we gotta look at Pop. He's made his way through. He sees everybody else who's on Middletown. There's 5 people in front of him. This could become a firing range. If he manages to do his job and just survive the first shot on the street put down, that's Pop with the first. He's just being a drone for this entire team, and the trigger discipline is crazy right now. But it's infusing, a little bit off his mark. The second is found. That was amazing by Pop.
Just knowing too. I mean, okay, Pump is also like 15-7 right now as a Viper. I just noticed. The lurks have been so impactful.
That was just impressive on its own, too, considering how he made his way past the entire team. This time, though, can't do that. You got a super op in hand, but this time there's no higher angle, so he can't get 3.
But the other thing about this wall, though, it means that CHHS Varsity have to go for the extremities, right? They can't even try to get mid control. It's going to be through either A or B main, but Zent somehow secures that second with the flick, and Krusty looking to push up close here through the Viper. What? No! The timing!
No shot. I could have sworn he saw him playing his day, but the seconds he falls, but none of that really matters anymore. The spike is in their hands, so all they gotta do is play around it, and the round is theirs. There's 30 more seconds left. They should be able to see one, but they have to know at this point they're all around the corner. That's one for Benji, and a swing out from Krusty will at least get his trade. Now Pump left, nice 1v1. And shows that the cut-out Pika's advantage, checks the corner, sees nobody there. As reposition, he's coming all the way around. But Spike, he doesn't find it. It's been covered by the wall. No way.
This play here, the ring around the rosy just to waste that time. That wall was goated, and I'm pretty sure intentional. Krusty does pick up that last kill as well to put Middletown at a 7-5, but Rab, I've seen that previously, where you can place the Sage Wall over top, and that way you can't even grab the spike when it's dropped.
I feel that has to be a bug that needs to be fixed, but we'll let Father Riot deal with that as we continue on. Hopefully more of those spike walls for now, though. But towards A once again is Middletown deciding to force 4 stack up. Have not made their way onto the site currently.
Ooh.
Not gonna be as much utility, and they get most of the early stuff. Pump this time has to be the person to look to play interference, but doesn't see him yet.
No, but still watching for the cross, right? A lot of information gathered regardless. Now to back up here towards Tube. And you've got CHHS Varsity reclaiming the space now towards B main. They have to feel confident that it is going to be an end here on the side.
Maybe they went to this side for now. Oh, nice fire to the smoke, really catching a glimpse of Zent. Alpha pokes at and the rest of HHS. It's just a matter of getting past the current cover that's there. They're looking to move in Middletown on walls. It's doing more than enough. The best clutch. The first double shot, the shorty, the second, and a dome piece. And now for Muffins to survive without a sheriff.
I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. I can't believe Benji managed to get one on a shorty retake. But now we're gonna head into round number 14. Benji up close once again here. A really deep wall to cut off the angle. Perfect timing too, and that wall's also so strong on your buy-up round up against the save of Middletown, considering the fact that they don't have the weapons to break it. Oh, what?
Okay. The amount of times people have just gotten away without being noticed is crazy to me. But, okay. Free gun. Remember that, ladies and gentlemen. So 3v3 will not get away scot-free. And Pump now once more. Caught off guard likely. With Bucky in hand, Spike not in there. We wait for the chain, bring that over, but the rotate should come faster from CHHS.
There's a Marshall down on B side as well to allow a little bit more range. You can see Zent now pushing up here towards spawn, trying to get a pick off. Will take some damage for it though, 4 HP. And right around the corner, you've got Carry Me for dog picks, able to take down Muffins. And now it looks like an equal round here for CHHS Varsity as they're able to tie things up 7-7.
Game. Currently see it. That's where it stands between these two teams. But should be pretty much a half buy for CHHS. Let's look to see what they can currently accomplish. Wall goes up on top of A. That's for the defensive wall for the cover. But there's no center around it.
Always my favorite wall on the A side, though, because it just allows the retakes to come in so much more easily for the defending team. And Middletown A, they've slowed things down a little bit in the early round. Obviously, Krusty still goes for the early point of contact, ends up getting tagged up by the Sova util. And then you've got Carrot now trying to just creep up here towards Maze. But there is that alarm bot watching on the other side. And then you've got Pump with, I believe, a Bucky here by Jen.
Love all these Bucky plays that keep on thriving. But for now, no one getting back to the face currently. All this thing alive. The spike wall there, just giving it just enough time to at least plant that. That's one in the trade by Carry Me. As they finally get the plant down, that pixel angle will not be able to get much chip damage. As now I look to pop up over the wall, they see them all going away, but they're ready for it this time. It's almost like they're watching it, just seeing their exits. They look to move out and just play defense for now. They can't necessarily play the lineups, but the smoke is there. The snake fight also ready and loaded up. All they gotta do is delay, and delay they are. Carrot gets 3 on one person left. That's Boxat, and a 1v1 against the Sage. But Carrots has the better eyesight.
Man. I see what you did there. Get your vitamin A in. Okay. What?
I mean, I was gonna say I used to eat every time I went to the eye doctor.
No, you did not.
Every single time.
And where are you now?
I have glasses.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, carrots aren't enough when genetics are in place sometimes, but as I say, that opening pick here into the hands of Muffins. Pump to delay a little bit just with the snake bite, just to buy time here for Benji to lay down that wall, but with the boost box here in B main, you can hop right on top of it.
The little Sage wall set up there from both sides. The spike secured. Muffin just watching the angle of the actual planter, but the lockdown not put up with the retake. At least have a couple of seconds just to at least watch them exit. But it's still cornered over by Yellow. Buff's looking to find just clear dome shots. Cannot secure any one of them. Nobody detained, but Carrot is gone. He might as well be standing still. As Carry Me for dog picks. Woof woofs all the way to 8-8.
This is the match we were waiting for tonight, Rob. You said that this one was going to be a nail biter right down to the wire, and it's a close one thus far. Trading almost round for round. Obviously, CHHS. I don't even know how many H's I said that time, but they seem to be faring a lot better on the defender's side this time around. Struggled on the attack, but this is where we expected them to shine, especially with the team composition.
We'll see if that overall trend does continue. Pops up, shows the Oh my God, gets a shot through the heart before he could even put the showstopper down. Next up is the job of Krusty to steal the Krabby Patty formula, but will not be able to acquire that. Currently still finding a way to get onto the site to gain the secret information. There, of course, the alarm bot there, but the wall goes up and should be able to give him more than enough cover just to move into the site and the wall for the plant as well that cuts off and gets shallow control. But the rest of CS. The GG Bunny and Pomp are ready to pop out of vent. They get 2 for the troubles. It becomes 8-4 for 3. Man advantage still in favor of the defense. And Pop gets another by just staying on the bottom. But the shot goes wide somehow. I don't know where that actually went. 3v1. They're gonna survive. And he'll survive again. So change for a moment. The second can't carry it through.
Carrying me for dog picks has come alive in this half, Brav, and now we're gonna see Middletown A put onto an eco round. They're gonna have to save. They do have 3 ultimates available though. Unfortunately for Muffins, the Tool de Force was expended in the previous round, but there is some potential considering the fact that we do have the Blade Storm online, and there's also the Viper's Pit. So as long as Middletown can get the spike initiated here, there's high chance for them to even convert this one into their favor with those stingers.
100%. Especially considering how confident they're playing. This should be the exact chance to do so.
No.
Pokes at again, not caught. There's been patient this time. Anybody pops out. Here's walking a senpai. Spike down and fearlessly walks back into the site, knowing they had already crossed. I respect the initial play. The second is under, but at least they know where they're committing.
The thing is, Pokats didn't actually know that they crossed. I don't think they actually had line of sight for that, but we're gonna go straight into a flank situation now. Poison Orb to cover up the trademark, but have no idea that CHHS and Varsity are right on their tails. Krusty with an inkling with the Blade Storm will be able to take out one. Nice. That's the second as well. 2v4 situation. Looks like Middletown A is gonna be able to steal this after all.
This is currently doable too, considering they also pinged one after being the chamber towards the back of the site, and with the gun advantage they have, they just have to somehow find the Viper. Now, of course, she's holding the close angle that we saw previously, but considering you are 1 health, this makes these kind of situations so tough. And Viper is found in a 2v1, but Carry Me right now has to try to convert this within a matter of seconds, and a Thrifty will be gotten. We're back to an aim again.
It's just, I really like how CHHS Varsity is handling those flanks and whatnot, which is really interesting because it seems like you can see how aware they are about that flank potential, about having to cover up that trademark. Meanwhile, when they were on the attacking side, it was something that they struggled against when Middletown was the one on the defense getting those flanks down. And now we're going to see another, I believe, semi-eco coming out this time around for the CHHS Varsity team though, and Pokats pushed out once again using the blast back to try and get out, not expecting that tailwind to earn Krusty the first blood.
Not far enough in terms of the bounce, but the res is available. But with the angle they have currently set up, I thought Benji might have tried to commit for at least a res if they could, as almost all the move off the interesting enough that Krusty is still sticking by, waiting to see if they do to get him back. This is such a cheeky play and really solid. Love that from Krusty.
That's so mean. You don't expect it to be the Jet who's like lurking behind, you know? Now Muffins will have that free plank here on the site. Carry Me for dog pigs, going for a Hail Mary pickup, somehow earning a headshot on that total backup, Vandal in hands, and retake here for CHHS.
That was an illegal spray. That definitely should not have worked.
Foul.
I'll leave it up to Krusty on the flanker Jet. Looks to close things out. Finally give Middletown the lead they had previously.
Hey, to be fair, Krusty's been like on that hard entry game. This is like the first time that Krusty's done this, and that we've really seen a lurk of this kind come out from Middletown. So after the conditioning that they did on the attacking side, really, I mean, they have shown presence and rotated off, but they've never really left someone there after rotating previously, right? So taking advantage of that, knowing that CHHS would be caught off guard.
Krusty's so sneaky, you would think he was working at the chum bucket. Anyways, we'll not look towards Middletown for now. The walls put up are down mid, so a possible push through tube is currently being set up. With that not being seen, the spike is still around the A site. They find information mid, but the turret is there.
Okay, Recon to go out. Does manage to take Krusty, and you've got GG Bunny with the Hunter's Fury here. So this is dangerous positioning, because ideally you want that available for late round, trying to lay that plant. Regardless, will come out top from the first blood as well. Muffin's not quite enough, or quick enough to get that trade down. And now with 1 minute left on the clock, Middletown, they're moving their way over towards the A site.
Just gonna move in and try to play contact. Pokes has lets and stuff. We tagged it. But he pops out, repositioned into the molly, and it cannot convert the initial. Unfortunate second tag though. GG Buddy managed to get one. And Muffins okay. This is huge. We saw Pump do this last time. But because of the lockdown, he unfortunately cannot look to move in. And out of the flank actually being caught out from Muffins, he's now at a pretty disadvantageous position where they know the spike isn't in his hands. If he managed to get on the site, then maybe this could have been another round of their favor. Middletown will have to give this up and go back to 10 to 10.
That's really tough. I mean, the timing just was unfortunate from Muffins, right? Especially with the chaos that the lockdown caused. What I really like, though, is how Pump actually used that poison orb towards mid to allow themselves to reposition their into attack respawn, knowing they had Spike in hand, just playing crossfires with the rest of the team on CHHS. Now, double digits here for both teams. One ultimate on each side. You've got the Hunter's Fury available here in the hands of Senpai. I still haven't decided if it's Senpai or Senapai because of the way it's spelled, but Hunter's Fury could be huge for some zoning, but the Resurrection, breathing another breath of air into a teammates, can also turn the tide.
My anime heart wants to say Senpai as the nerve that I personally want to go for. 1 health is what they're left towards. Fats a moment. Unfortunate, but at least they'll convert the kill. Folks, that caught early once again. As Benji not able to find the planters, that was a very clever wall to ensure their safety. Now in a 4v5, the Middletown look to just look to hold off sight and wait to see how CHHS looks to respond. They're almost all 4 of them are coming up by Snowman. And there is a wall being set up to perhaps allow a potential defuse. That should be shot out right away. They move past yellow. One by one, there's a double setup for each time, but we can take it now. Benji really solid on the transfer. Put it out to 2v2, but the dart is there to ping them out. Hunter's Fury for the final, and Krusty will get it before the Hunter can.
That's really interesting. We saw the Sage Wall being used again as a boost this time around from CHHS Varsity, but it's also dangerous because the potency of those barrier orbs finds so much value in retake situations for the defenders, just to provide really clear cover and at least ensure like a safe halfway spike defuse. In that situation though, instead used it in an offensive way, but made their own retake a little bit more difficult.
You want to play? Let's play.
Considering where they're at right now, CHHS, really close calls currently. With the rest still available, so to be able to try to counteract these 2 defaults, as long as they're able to isolate the chamber. As he is chilling on site, the dart gets 1 as they carefully and closely move in through every corner. But they only see Pump so far. Little do they know there's 3 more people there waiting to pop over vents and take them all out. As look how far the race is going around.
This is so interesting. Okay, first blood into the hands of Zent here. It is an eco round, like semi-buy on the side of CHHS, so We're expecting this to go into the favor of Middletown, right? Earn that match point potential. But right on the other side of the toxic screen, Garrett's just gonna poke right through. Trusty for another and caught out with utility here on CHHS Varsity. Krusty will clean up with the 3K.
Middletown now looking at the precipice of taking this game home. Just one round away. Although both sides still have clean full buys. Have to pay attention to a couple of things. Number one, of course, the res that we mentioned before, alongside the Bladestorm, which it seems though Krusty might not necessarily need. What I want to see the setup is of course res inside. They're so close, both pumps and pokes at ultimate. So a Viper's Pit here could most definitely allow them the breathing room they need. It just has to be about them either getting for the first or trying to play for the orb with where they're at, but it looks like it will not give them even a couple of seconds to breathe.
No, but look at how heavily stacked CHHS Varsity already is here towards A. You have the turret watching the mid cross, hasn't been triggered, and then Pocats is pushed up all the way here towards B main. Is going to hear these sound cues from the steps though, so should be able to get one here, but Zen comes out on top.
The first taken over. Now through this is the wall should go off. There's just a with plant that has been able to be done every single time I built it with making these plays. Oh no! Tragedy strikes once again. If Carrot actually doesn't, Sebastian lives there. Oh, but I'll be able to get the res. But Muffins were there for the cleanup, and Senpai for the final. Middletown take it home, 13-10.
That was a really tight series. Really interesting because we saw quite a few adaptations coming out from both sides, but both also very much so heavily favored, you know, that kind of like 5-person blitz towards site, maybe keeping it a little bit quieter in the early rounds to throw the other team off, and then just the random lurks here and there. Not really any defaulting coming out from either of these teams.
Yeah, no, not much at all. You saw like how like they're really big on the flanks, which, you know, of course some working out, some not so much. But when it does, it's truly something special where they get behind almost 4 people, and then from there it becomes either chaos or cleanup crew, as it is so rightfully demanded. But a fun game nonetheless. And as I so predicted, a barn burner. What do you got?
You're right. We actually had to talk about this in the green room. I had no idea what that meant. But for you, those of you who might not know, it just means a really tight, exciting matchup, which I think that was brought to us today. That was entertainment value at its greatest. So were those highlights, weren't they, Rob?
Yes, they were. Very, very fun games. Absolutely wild takes, clean, and